All right, this is let me just. I'm sorry, brother. Hey, Shalom, Makim. And we'd like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David, also health and wellness as well. All right, I'm Zahabin to my left.
All
right,
and we're GMS Mississippi Camp, and we're coming, with another weekly lesson, okay? And we're going to go into pretty much how, us being the best, individual produces the best nation, okay? Being the best version of you produces greatness within the nation, okay? And Yahweh Shai, he laid that example, okay? You have to understand when Yahweh Shai came, who was Adam, who was Solomon, but when he came as Yahweh Shai, he was the best version of himself. And he set a standard, all right, amongst Israel, okay? And him being the best version of him, okay, produced what? The elect, okay? And the elect in the kingdom is going to bring back the rest of Israel because we're going to be, perfected. And that's going to produce a nation of kings and priests. You see? So let's get that.
Hebrews 12:2.
Yep.
Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith,
Yep.
who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
Yeah, so Yahweh Shai was known as the author, and I want to get that word author in the Greek, okay? Because what did that mean? So when you go into that word author, okay, in the Greek,
G 747, archegas, archegas,
archegas, and it says a chief, a leader, a prince, one that takes the lead in anything, and thus affords an example, a predecessor in a matter, a pioneer. You see, Yahweh Shai being the best version of himself, okay, he set the standard. He was that pioneer, okay? And,
yeah. I'm just gonna build on that. That's a beautiful word, pioneer. I looked that up and it goes back to pawn. And you have a chessboard, that first piece that goes on the other end, that's the pawn, man. All right. So Yahweh Shai was their first piece that made, and he made that first move and he set precedent, man. Now the army of the elect follows behind him.
And you go to predecessor, it says a person who held a job or office before the current holder. You see? So we're in the stead of Yahweh Shai becoming the best version of ourselves, man. Okay? This is what, this thing is about. Because the best us, okay, is beneficial to the nation. When you're in the right spirit, when you sincerely want to see the best for your fellow countrymen, all right, that creates, okay, a solid nation. And when you go into the law, it pretty much got rid of weak links. You was a witch, okay, you was a talebearer, all right, sodomite, bestiality, adultery, okay, murderers, slothful,
low life.
Yeah, you see,
low life.
You pretty much, the law was a filter. You see, you had to be the best version of you to exist back then. Okay, now the standard has been dropped so low, and we all had to start from scratch. And what are we doing? Becoming the best version of ourselves, man. Let's get that in Titus 2:1. Okay, and that's for men and women. That's do you understand how beneficial that is to the nation? Because I say, Yahweh Shai, we read about his life, and that sets a standard that we should reach for as men. Okay? Because most of the behavior that we have, it was learned from what? Watching other men.
Yep.
Niggas want to be street niggas from what? Watching other street niggas. And what did that produce? A downfall. Thought culture became popular, Okay, because of what? Watching thoughts, you know, and promiscuous women being promoted.
Because I forget her real name, but Superhead.
Yeah.
She produced a whole slew of women who follow behind her.
Yep.
What's the girl that got pregnant by my guy?
What is it?
She got with the basketball player, the young basketball player. Brittany Render. Yeah. Brittany Render, she was an understudy of Superhead.
Oh boy.
Because Superhead wrote a book.
Yeah.
And that book inspired other whores.
Yep.
Like to run that same game.
Yep.
The exposing game.
Yep.
All right, she got that from Superhead. But like you said, a thought produced other thoughts.
Yep.
You see?
It was learned behavior from what? Visual.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Titus 2:1.
Yep, Titus 2:1, yep.
But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity.
Yep. So here it is giving you what? Qualities to have, you know, within the ministry, man. And see, you have brothers that are seeing this over and over again. Okay. You got brothers watching you be the best version of yourself. That produces them to be the best version of themselves, and there's somebody watching them, and before you know it, you have a nation. Okay? Seeing women in order. Like, there's women that never seen a woman be submissive to a man. Yep. That's foreign to them.
It's against their program.
Yeah. Yep. So even you sisters, you're being a pioneer of submissiveness amongst the nation. You know? That lost his way. Feminism took that role away from women. So you have 4th, 5th generation feminists that never seen submissiveness to a man, that never seen the household being ran where the man and woman cooperated, you see, and was complimented each other and was efficient. You see? Go ahead.
All right. Verse 3.
Yep.
Titus 2:3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things.
Teachers of good things. You see? That's a positive influence. Okay? It even tell you that women have a part, but it's to influence other women, okay, on good behavior, man. According to the scriptures. So as a sister, you being the best version of yourself, all right, that produces, okay, a nation. That produces greatness within the nation. Okay, go ahead. But it starts with the men. Go ahead.
Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed.
Yeah, so you gotta understand what Titus is doing. I mean, what the Apostle Paul is doing when he's writing to Titus, okay, which is one of the heads of the church. The Apostle Paul is setting up order so they can nation build. Apostle Paul was raised up in the law. He fully understood the intent and the purpose of the law, okay? So what is he doing? He's setting order amongst these Israelite foreigners, which pretty much we was all Greeks, okay? You gotta understand what we're doing here is bigger than just coming here and getting information. No, we're creating a nation, all right? We are literally building a nation, man. You know?
Well, in Titus, the first chapter in my Bible, for the second paragraph, it says qualifications for leaders.
Qualification for leaders. You see that? You see? The phone steady.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is what Yahweh Shema Shai is doing. He raising up leader, man. You know? Of the nation that's going to lead others into righteousness. Our lifestyle is a testimony. You see? The scripture tells us that hey, we don't live for ourselves, man. You see, Yahweh Shai didn't live for himself, man. Always nation-minded. And if you're nation-minded, you're going to want your nation in the highest position possible on earth, man.
That's right.
Which is rulership, man.
You want your nation on top.
Go ahead.
All right. Let me see. Titus 2 And 6, young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works,
Yep.
and doctrine showing uncorruptness.
It said a pattern of good works. Okay? That's heavy, man. That's an influence. Just like we've seen a pattern of wickedness. Okay? Trap culture, drill culture. It's just nothing but a pattern of wickedness that has produced a degenerate nation. You know? Go ahead.
All right, gravity, sincerity.
Yup, gravity and sincerity, man. Because that's lost. Sincerity is lost amongst the masses of our, especially black culture. Because black culture is all about what? Shining, exposing, destroying another nigga, shitting on somebody. That's pretty much the culture.
Mm-hmm.
But now now we're going back into a culture of sincerely wanting to see the best, okay, for the believers, man. All right, because this thing is not for everyone. This is, the elect is with a nation within itself. Get that in that Roman 9 and 9 and 6, because amongst Israel, what you have is that remnant, and within that remnant, there's a certain conduct that's producing a efficient nation, man. Go ahead.
So
Romans 9 and it started at 6. Yeah. Read 6. Yeah.
Okay. Romans chapter 9, verse 6. Not as though the word of Yahweh had taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel.
Hey, they are not all Israel which are of Israel. Okay? Because this mindset is only going to be produced within the elect. You see, the elect is only going to have a positive effect on other members of the elect.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you get that in Galatians 6. Yeah, 6 and 16.
Yeah. Galatians 6 and 16.
Yep.
And as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them, and mercy and upon the Israel of Yahweh.
And as many as walk according to this rule, this standard,
Mm-hmm.
okay, peace be unto them and the Israel of the Most High, which is through Yahweh. All right? So we have to understand that even when you go into the scriptures, it promotes a certain behavior, and it says your behavior alone, could sway, others, man, just off our lifestyle, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because there's people that's going to be persuaded by our conduct, and not, before we even get into the scriptures, they're going to be intrigued by the conduct.
Well, that's in the scriptures.
Yeah.
We're not going to persuade. They're naysayers when it comes to the doctrine.
Yep.
But our behavior is that's what wins Jake over, man. All right. Then even amongst the body, you start getting around brothers, man. It's things that brothers do that you pick up on and you add to your life. Brothers have certain patterns, certain regiments. Brothers carry themselves a certain way that you could possibly, extract from that brother, man.
Mm-hmm. I got that precept for you. So you said in Titus 1 and 8, it said, but a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, tempered. Hey, because even with hospitality, like, you can feel vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the spirit, you can feel vibe. But like when I was with El Gazak, these couple of days in Alabama, he lively right now.
Uh-huh.
But he was just speaking to people. He'll catch them off guard, but they'll start glowing. He'll just speak. He was speaking to everybody. And I'm just peeping, and people will start kind of glowing like they were chilling, but then he'll speak, and they'll kind of perk up in the spirit.
Animate them.
Yeah. But said levels of hospitality, because at the end of the day, we just give off the energy that, because it's sometimes a time to fall back, you kind of be quiet, but then, it's okay to, have hospitality, man, especially amongst the brethren, man. You know, then you see Jake, you know, Jake, because all Jake ain't just, you know, horrible.
Yeah.
You know, there's some Jake that you
They
speak,
cool.
yeah, you kind of, you know. But see, it's that hospitality, like even with the Jake that came by the camp, you know, and you can tell he had a real, you know, you talking about Elder Bun was giving him
yeah,
water.
gun.
Yeah. You can tell like he really, you know, he really,
He was affected by
yeah,
that.
he was affected by that, man.
Yep.
You know.
And Elder Bun, for those who don't know, he has a YouTube page, GMS Punish the Wicked.
Yep.
But hey, Elder Bun, man, he's very hospitable, man. Very reserved, but very hospitable, man. A very loving brother, man. You know, he sort of set the standard for hospitality in the Mississippi camp.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. I'm gonna keep going. It says, but a love of hospitality, a love of good men, sober, just, holy, temperate, which is discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's another thing. Like people could talk about you, but people admire discipline. Though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they say different things, but they admire discipline.
That's a superior trait.
Yeah, they admire discipline. Like you know, when I was in the safety meet, I was seeing people I ain't seen in years, man. They were like, "You still drinking them green smoothies?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, man." You know, they call you health freak or whatever. People admire discipline too, man.
Yep.
You know, you brothers and you sisters, man. Okay, because people want that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's something this society fights for. People want to lose weight, but they don't have the discipline. People want to stop smoking, but they don't have the discipline.
Yeah, because in Babylon, you're hooked on pleasure.
Yeah.
So you can only admire someone who knows how to put pleasure down.
Yep. This is Titus 1 and 9. This is the point. Holding fast the faithful word as he have been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So we don't only teach the doctrine, we live it.
You know, open book.
You see? We live the doctrine. There's a way that we react. Okay? Like Jacob see how, you know, they see you don't move based off emotion. That's something new. Like we didn't see men not moving based off emotions like that. You know? We're used to men reacting and getting their lit back instantly. Mm-hmm. That's the black culture. Get your lit back instantly. Mm-hmm. You see? But now you have, you know, you have a generation of men that's been, you know, produced by the Spirit that's not in their emotions. Okay? We can say we wrong, apologize, you know.
We're not driven by our ego.
Yeah, we're not looking at even these other camps that's off in the doctrine. We just deal with them in the doctrine. We don't pry into their personal life and, you know, look what I found on Facebook. Yeah. You know, you steady running down the timeline trying to find something. No, man, we ain't doing all that, man. We here for the doctrine, man. And hopefully, hopefully they repent, or if not, it is what it is, man. But we here for the elect's sake and build up those that are like-minded. That's why Second Ezra said, look, deal with those that are like-minded, because you're not going to get nowhere else with anybody else, man. You know? You had something to feed?
No, I was in the Galatians.
Oh, yeah, you finished that Galatians?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Get that 1 Corinthians 13 and 1.
1 Corinthians 13 and 1.
Yep.
Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal.
Yeah, which is vanity, you know, like an instrument. You see, so the Apostle Paul, you know, an empty vessel. Okay, because this thing is not about, you know, portraying a certain image to Israel. It's about having a righteous influence on Israel. Because you got men that have knowledge, okay? Because you can get edification from certain camps, but then look at the energy and the mindset they putting you in. Okay, he edify you, you know, then tell you buy an album, subscribe to the website, you know, sticks at camp. You know, we need money for CGI. movies. You like, God damn. You know, I'm already, you know, because Jake already tight. You know,
Yeah.
Jake is some hell of a situation, man. Why would I even put an inkling of a financial burden on the people that I'm preaching that's suffering, man?
Man, you got a certain YouTube creator, a little content creator. He's a comedian, and he had his video set up to where you go on Patreon and watch him.
Yeah.
He was like, "Look, man, I'm not gonna do that, man. I'm not gonna charge y'all for content." So you got a whole Jake in the world. It's like, I'm not gonna charge y'all for content.
Yeah.
But here you are trying to charge the truth. You put a price on the truth, man.
No charity.
No charity.
That's why scripture calls this a work and a labor of love. Because we sincerely want to see the best for you brothers. The best for you sisters, man. It be harsh at times. Okay? But it's in love. You see? You got it, bro.
All right. 1 Corinthians 13:2.
Yep.
And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing.
Yeah, because you can do these things but still have a self-glory agenda behind those things.
Yep.
You see?
Because you could give out a testimony of how you help brothers.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And still have a agenda
Yep.
of vainglory.
Yo, like why are you putting out there that you was the one that came through to help the brother and this, you know?
So it goes back to that charity, which is that sincerity, all right, to see the best for the nation, man. All right. It's bigger than us.
It's bigger than us.
Like you got to overcome, like the lesson you did earlier, overcoming us.
Overcoming.
But this is what kind of inspired the lesson. We got to overcome ourselves so we can benefit the nation. As a man, you got to overcome, okay, being impulsive, okay, being lust driven, okay, being worldly, trying to appease and be cute for the world, you know, and all these little things. Man. As a man, we got to overcome that to look at the bigger picture so we can help the nation, be a benefit to a nation. As a woman, you got to overcome that feminist spirit that's in you so you can start benefiting the nation.
Like if one sister overcame herself per se, and she did videos on how to make this or how to make these herbs into a tea based on the times that we're in.
Yeah.
You know, making healing bombs and you know, there's different things or the science of you know certain things in the household.
Beard
oils,
candle, sewing.
But you got 150 sisters watching you.
Yep.
You know, spinning it off, man.
Yep.
And what happens is just like the spirit, I might show you something, but then the spirit hop on you, then you amplify it.
Yep.
It doesn't stay the same, man.
Yep. It evolves.
It evolves, man.
Yeah. Because pretty much the same way as we're constantly teaching of Yahushua, you know, like if a sister was teaching this is what Israelite men like. This is what brothers are into.
Yep.
Like this is what's trending amongst brothers. Like this is the resin of the week.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You see? That's becoming the best version of you which is going to benefit the nation.
See, in Babylon, if I could just say this right quick, Babylon gives you the luxury of being stuck in your ways.
Yep.
Babylon gives you the luxury of being stuck in your ways and you never forced to grow.
Yep.
It gives you the luxury of being an individualist, all right, egoist, all right. It gives you the luxury to be inside of yourself, man. But in the same breath, look at your nation, man. You know, that's all I want to say.
That's the spirit. That's why you still got Jake, you know, in their 40s, but they're still in high school.
Yep.
Okay. You got women, you know, in their 20s and 30s and 40s. You know, they're still in high school, man. The way they, you know, their perception, because they not growing, you know, because pretty much America is full of undeveloped adults. You see?
Yep, that's right. That's
When
right.
you look at what's really going on, this is a nation that's full of underdeveloped adults.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
So that's why each generation becoming less and less responsible, less and less serious.
Yep.
You know, because most of the content is what? Comedy.
Yep.
You see?
Yep. Comedy, sex, money.
Yeah, beef.
Yep. Then you cause your own suffering.
Yeah.
Like at this point, we know that somebody's gonna die from this beef. So whichever rapper is gonna die, it's gonna inevitably happen. We know based on the culture that y'all not getting married per se.
Yeah.
You know, we know that the most is gonna come out of it is a pregnancy of a broken family.
Yeah.
You know? So we're at a point now where we just seen failure repeat itself, man.
Yeah.
You know?
You can get that Matthew 5, we can end on that 5 and 14.
Okay, come on.
Yep. I'll see what they want to say.
You want to right now?
Yeah, 5 and 14, yep.
Matthew 5 and 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Mm-hmm.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Yeah, so we are the light of the world, and speaking of Israel. Okay, and that house that we're giving light to is the house of David. And when you go into the word light in the Greek, it's phos. And it says, of truth and its knowledge, together with the spiritual purity associated with it. You see, the Apostle Paul spoke about how, you know, he was speaking to the church, and he would tell them, like, look, y'all are epistles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we write letters to y'all, but y'all lifestyle, that's our epistle. Y'all are your life, and you're following the doctrine, you the epistle. Okay? Like, these electronic epistles that go out, you know, you brothers and sisters take heed. Like, we look at us brothers, we're walking the epistles of the apostles. We the epistles.
Yep.
You see it? You know?
We're a product.
Come on, man. And you brothers and sisters that believe, you're epistles, man. Yep. You know, and pretty soon you're gonna have people that's influenced by you. They're gonna be epistles of righteousness, man. Yep. Okay? And it says the power of understanding, especially moral and spiritual truth, man. You see? So we are that light, you know, to the world, right? And the world is Israel, and amongst Israel, it's gonna be the elect that's gonna take heed and start conforming, man. Okay? The best you produces the best us. Facts. You
Real
see?
shit.
But that's the point we got, bro.
Hey, with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Chakadash, double underscore elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect, Abba Baal. From Shalom. Shalom. Oh. Yeah. It's wild, bro. It's a wild blessing.